Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. Again, the start of this video with very important information. Almost, I think, last time when we make this video, three slots were left. Today, I don't know what is the situation, one or nil. But still, you can apply for this course. You can enroll in this course. Syllabus on the screen, WhatsApp number on the screen, and link in description box. Sit at home and via Zoom, you can learn astrology and from very scratch, from beginning. Okay, now what about video? See, so many transits going to happen in next 2-3 months. Very important transits. But in between this, there is one planet which is Mars, which can do big things. He definitely so many changes about Mars, but now Mars is going to turn direct in Gemini from 24th Feb. How it will impact all 12 ascendants, all 12 signs. Let's welcome our past. Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar Rohit ji, Ram Ram, Jai Shri Ram everyone, Jai Hanuman. Here, when we discuss on Mars turning direct, it is starting direct from 24th of February. Let's start with Aries ascendant people because very important for them. Mars is the ascendant lord in the third house. We will also discuss all the aspects of Mars, and here for Mesha Lagna, this is going to be return of confidence for you. Because what has happened is that from last so much time, Mars was debilitated, now it was retrograde. Finally, in the Parakram Sthan, the third house, confidence in your communication, things like increased courage, more things to do with active travel, short distance travel will also now increase. Third house, we don't have to be very happy about this transit because very soon it will enter into Cancer again and become debilitated. So we have a lot of things going on right now. But for a very brief period, Mars will turn extremely beneficial for you. Whenever Mars is in Upchaya house, like third house, sixth house, eighth house, 12th house, it gives benefit results. And here, Mars for you, especially in the third house, by the aspects, it will give you very great results. The aspect will be on the area of competition, the sixth house. The fourth aspect, you will be doing very well in competitions. If there is any interview, this is the time that it is also putting an exalted aspect on the 10th house. So both the aspects, this means that some interview or something related to do with some competition you will win. So that's great news. On terms of that, health conditions, a lot of health problems that were going on will also be taken care of because ascendant lord is going to be making great combination with the sixth house, making health concerns very much better. Fourth aspect of Mars in the sixth house, you can get stressed because of some loan or debt also, which can be problem, but otherwise it's a very, very great time for Aries ascendant. Seventh aspect of Mars, Rohit ji, is on the ninth house. It is a time that, sometimes in these situations, our family members or maybe our siblings or mentors or teachers or gurus, we have little bit of difference of opinion with them. There is debate on belief system, or maybe the advice that they give, you will start debating, no, this is how, not how it works. So that is one challenge of Mars. But on the other hand, the 8th aspect of Mars in the 10th house, that's an exalted aspect and sudden change in career. That means suddenly great news is coming for you in career places. Power struggle at workplaces can be seen in a very positive way because you will conquer it. There is possibility of you conquering the spotlight in your workplace, and it will be all related to strategy. Mars is a very extremely, what is in military, what do? They make strategies to attack the enemy. Same way, this is the time of strategy and open communication, very direct communication. All the best. Great time for Aries ascendant, and there's a WhatsApp link in description for personal appointments, and 15th March onwards we are doing astrology for beginners course as well. Taurus ascendant, here when we look at Taurus, Mars is the 12th house lord and Mars is also the 7th house lord. So not a very, very great planet, and especially being in retrograde motion, being debilitated is a challenge for Taurus ascendant. Second house is the house of speech, house of finance, house of your family. Here, because Mars placement is a house of a Maraka, there can be fiery speech. There can aggressive financial decisions that you can take. Suddenly, some kind of financial decision. If you're going through Mars Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar, then you have to be more careful about it. Family disputes, on the other hand, can aggravate because of your fierce nature. Mars is not putting very nice aspects on places. It is putting aspect on the 8th house also. So sudden ups and downs also can happen, which we'll talk about. expenses related to children is seen, because see, the fourth aspect of Mars is going on the fifth house for you. Some problem with your loved ones, sometimes you are very aggressive, or sometimes you're demanding too much, so there can be heated discussions with your romantic partners or loved ones. Children may need more attention or more expenses related to children. In a simple way, you will have much risk taking behavior in your investment area, but I would suggest that this time is not that great. Whenever the 12th house lord is in any action, we have to be very careful, because it can create some sudden expenses. On the other hand, if there is any problem or any health condition going on in the family related to elders, there can be challenges in those areas also, because Mars is aspecting the eighth and the ninth house. And the eighth aspect, it can, sudden changes in joint assets, inheritance matters. Suddenly, some kind of good news also can come, but that good news may be out of sorrow, like problem wise, good news can come. And the best aspect of Mars this time is on the ninth house. That means, there will be lot of transformation that you will see in your belief system. Sometimes now you will start believing more, have a very great attitude of it, otherwise a pattern in religious beliefs. There is also possibility, if there is any travel delays that is happening, and because you had to travel for education or anything, or your children had to travel for education or anything like that, you will see that there is positivity that is coming in. And because Mars is also here, the planet of the 12th house and the 7th house, there can be also challenges, or there can be also travel with the life partner, or maybe finding the life partner during this time is also possible. In an overall sense, it's a very mixed transit. And because Mars is now leading towards debilitation, so we have to be very careful in terms of any property, any matters related to it. If you're going through Mars Mahadashanta Dasha Pratyanta Dasha Sukshma and Prana, you have to be careful in those periods. All the best. Do a lot of Hanuman Chalisa, lot of Kartikya. Om Kartikya Namaha. Very great mantra for you. Astrology for beginners is starting on 15th of March. More information in the link below. And Gemini ascendant people. Here, when we talk about Gemini, this is the time and exactly place where Mars is in the ascendant, was retrograde and now becoming direct here from 24th of February. Your ambition or the power that you need to, what you say, high ambition level, high power, high efficiency. There's going to be very some courageous approach that you will take. But sometimes this Mars in this sign, 11th house lord in the ascendant, can also cause conflict in social circles. So there can be some fight with people that is possible. Aspects of the Mars. You see, Mars is a personality wise in this chart. If you look at Mars, 6th house lord in the ascendant and 11th house lord in the ascendant. From 6th house, this is sitting 8th. From 11th house, Mars is sitting 3rd. This is a challenge, not a very great thing in terms of your approach towards your own self. Sometimes such people self-destruct. Sometimes, have you seen, Rohitji, when we get angry, we just hit the wall. That kind of aggression can happen here. Some self-injury also can happen because of your mistake. The aspect of Mars is on the 4th house, and 4th house is the Pakka house of real estate. This time, because Mars is getting direct, you will see that a lot of positive things in the real estate have begun, but there can be, some tensions as well. Real estate, some kind of problems also. If you're not going through a good Mahadasha Antardasha, then some problem or some challenges related to closing of real estate or regaining back real estate is what a problem is. Mars is looking at the 7th house, being such a powerful planet, and 6th house lord looking at the 7th house means sometimes even aggressive approach in partnership and relationships. If you by chance have Mangal in this position, Rohitji, it is called Manglik. For people who have Mangal in this position, they are called Manglik because their fierce Mars energy is very high. Some anger issues in relationship, but potential very disputes in business partnership. Sometimes getting very, very aggressive in business partnership is very, very challenge. The best aspect of Mars is on the 8th house, which will be super for heightened intuition. There will be a lot of good things related to intuition. There can be possibility of getting some inheritance, property, but because Mars is an aggressive and a malefic, there is also possibility of accidents due to vehicles. So we have to be very careful. And also Mars is the 6th house lord looking at the 8th house. We have to make sure that it would not do not add more debt during this period. Try to be conservative. All the best. WhatsApp link is in the description of personal appointments. And 15 March, we are doing astrology for beginners course. See you there very soon. For Cancer ascendant Rohitji, this is Yoga Karka planet sitting in the 12th house, and now very soon will come to the first house, become debilitated. Debilitated Mars is better here than Mars in Gemini, by the way, in true sense. Mars in the 12th house is a planet that, especially malefic planets like Mars, like Saturn, and Rahu, Ketu, all these malefic planets, they really get very active during the evening time. As soon as the sun is setting, the twilight happens, they start becoming very, very active. And this is the condition of Mars as well. Here, disturbed sleep pattern is the number one thing that Mars can do. Very good time for foreign travel. Very good time. Huh? There's for career related foreign travel, very nice. But sometimes this foreign travel also is a bad news. Career related foreign travel means that you're already in a foreign country, and now career has gone down and you have to come back to India or your home country or any country that you belong to. So sometimes travel possibilities or opportunities come suddenly with some bad news also. Unexpected expenses, travel possibilities, disturbs sleep, subconscious mind on a very, very fierce level. Some kind of fighting also happens. Health wise, we have to be very careful about blood pressure kind of illnesses, because it triggers sometimes blood pressures and problems like that. So we have to be careful. And since Mars is also making a combination, the fourth aspect of Mars is going on the third house. Restless energy is what Mars can be called for the third house, Rohitji. Restless energy, conflicts with siblings, neighbor, this, that, creating some chaos is possible. So Mars, this video, the main reason of video is not to scare you, but just to give you a heads up that such kind of energy is here. So please be very, very extremely careful about such energies so that you do not make mistake in the longer run. Now, because Mars is looking at the fifth house and also the Mars is looking at the sixth house and the seventh house here. This is the time that you will, your enemies will not be able to fight with you. Enemies will be able to, enemies will just vanish from your life. This is very great news. Those who are thinking of getting some kind of things done related to marriage, relationships, also anything to do with job interviews, some competition, you will pass. That's a very, very great time for all the Cancer ascendant people here to get into such beautiful things. In fact, there is one more challenge here. If there is any hidden relationship that you have or had earlier, this is the time that your spouse may find out about it, and there can be some kind of challenges related to that also. So in that case, you will not be able to win. You will be able to lose, or there can be some challenges like separation also. But that is about the past relationship that you had. So delete all your WhatsApp history and delete all your messages. Otherwise, you will get caught. So careful. 15th of March 2025, Astrology for Beginners course. All the details are in the link below. For Leo ascendant, Mars will turn direct into Gemini, and this is the time Mars, the Yoga Karka, 9th house Lord and the 4th house Lord in the 11th house. If you're thinking of anything to do with real estate, there can be some kind of positive news here. And since Mars is getting direct and going towards the 9th house, there can be possibility of traveling. Mars is Yoga Karka sitting in the 11th house is great news, because there can be suddenly financial gains. Your networking will be networking, social circles. Some people will help you like so much that you will be absolutely in forever debt, that they help you so much. Because Mars is making also combination with the second house, wealth is very good. But this is a time that family arguments, problem with family, some kind of dispute with family, challenges with family members, sometimes some quarrel also with family members can happen. Financial planning wise, you need to be very aggressive this time. You cannot be light on finances, that okay, I will manage it later, this, that. No, you have to be very much planned now about how you want to move forward. If you see here, Rohitji, this is one very beautiful placement of Mars with the aspect on the fifth house, the seventh aspect on the fifth house. To the good thing and the bad thing. The good thing here is that lot of effort you will put towards creativity. Creativity wise, you will go crazy that okay, yes, I want to be creatively very, very active and whatnot. But on the other hand, if you see here, fifth house is the house of love and romance. There can be some kind of argument or problems related to love, romance, and that can be seen. On top of that, children may become very rebellious during this time, so try to you know be keeping calm with them. Mars is an aggressive energy, I know, and for especially for Leo ascendant, this is an extremely benefic planet. But sometimes benefic also has its own problems. Speculative investments. Suddenly, oh, I will put the money here and let's see how much money I get from this crypto, from this stock, should be avoided. You should not get into such things. One great thing that is happening with Leo ascendant people is that any job interview, anything to do with your enemies, anything to do in terms of legal troubles that you're going through, you will win everything because of the exalted aspect of Mars on the sixth house for you. And there is the eighth. Suddenly, you will see that you are winning every place. But because this is an exalted aspect of Mars and this is the house of health, very careful about the stomach health. Ulcers in the stomach, suddenly some problems in stomach, hospitalization, stomach infection, alcohol poisoning. All these are the key areas where Mars can give us trouble. Otherwise, all the best. Very, very nice time. There's a WhatsApp link in description for personal appointments, and 15th of March astrology for beginners course, link in description. You can ask Samantha and enroll. Virgo ascendant people, when we talk about Virgo ascendant, Mars in the 10th house of career getting direct is a very good news, because sometimes when Mars is in this placement and especially in the retrograde direction, you feel very directionless in career. You feel that nothing is working out, whatever effort I do does not matter. This is a time that there will be a lot of career driven energy, that you will be saying, yes, I want to achieve this, that, what not. There is also possibility because of this placement that there can be some kind of challenges with authority figures. Maybe you may demand too much, that I want to get into this position, that way, and for that you can have little bit of problem. If there is leadership position that was promised to you and you were not getting it, this is the time that in this Mars direct period, till Mars get debilitated, there is possibility of you getting some kind of great news related to some hierarchies getting up. Very great time. Fourth aspect of Mars is on the ascendant. That means personality wise, you will be very, very stubborn during this time. Personality, confidence, everything will be up. But there can be possibility of getting overworked, stressed, feeling very extremely burdened. Sometimes, that sprint we take, we run very fast and suddenly feel, oh my God, why did I do this? Like all the energy goes away. That sprint is the kind of thing that is going to happen with you guys in career area. Those who are having conflicts in real estate areas, their conflict will get solved because of the seventh aspect. With partnership, with proper meeting proper people, the area of real estate is going to get solved. But on the other hand, there is also possibility of some kind of construction work that can start in your house or in your vehicle. There can be some kind of construction or repair that can come. But everything is coming in the right way. This is a very great time because something great is cooking up. And because Sun is also Mars is also looking at the fifth house with an exalted aspect, there is going to be unexpected development in your romance. You will come out to be more dominating and more caring, as well as a more security person. That okay, if I be with this person, there will be some great security that I will have. Children's education will be at the most best powerful level, and also those who are into speculative investments, anything to do with the share market, stock market, you will also see a great boost in your profile, in your portfolio. Very also good time to go to foreign country for what you say, studies. If your children you want to send to foreign countries, this is a very good time. All the best. 15th of March, we're doing astrology for beginners course. The details are in the link below. Moving on to Libra ascendant here. Mars is in the ninth house, and it was retrograde. It came from the sign of debilitation. That means Cancer. Now in direct motion, suddenly your mindset, your attitude, your dharma, your principles suddenly turn very, very direct. Mars is a malefic planet. In the ninth house, it is very important to take the care of your health of your father. There can be sudden news of ill health that you can see. There can also be possibility that during this time, sudden travel, or suddenly you have to travel to meet some family member or a deceased family member is also possible. There is, because see, Mars is making a combination with the 12th house. So the 12th house means endings. travel because of endings also. So suddenly you have to go somewhere because someone is not sick, someone is not well, and suddenly some kind of wrong things also happen. So this is what it is. On the other hand, Mars here is the lord of the seventh house and the second house. It's a maraka only. Getting to the ninth house, also your guru's health can get a little bit challenged here. Mars is a very quarrelsome planet, aggressive energy with father, ladai with father, some trouble with father or authority figures can also be there. Because Mars is looking at the 12th house, possible expenses due to sudden travel can happen, and on top of that, there can be possibility of sleep disturbances, and automatically you're traveling this that, so suddenly your mind will not be at the right space. So you will have a very irregular, what you say, sleep cycle during this time. Third, as the seventh aspect of Mars in the third house, it's a very important aspect because the third house is related to siblings, and the energy of Mars is very potent there. Your communication, which is sometimes required to be very aggressive, will be very aggressive. Strong networking abilities, and also there is potential clashes with siblings over common over common ground, like father, like nurturing, like home, like vehicle. In these areas you may have a very strong opinion, and that can be a reason of conflict here. But overall, very great time because Mars is looking at the third house, so courage will be at the peak. And because Mars is looking at the fourth house, if there is anyone who's causing trouble in real estate, anyone who's causing trouble, or you are planning to buy a vehicle, or getting into some kind of repair work in your home environment, changing the whole environment into a better place, this is an exact beautiful time for you. Which in the future also, as soon as this aspect of Mars is right now eighth aspect, that is sudden aspect in your in the place related to Rohiji, fourth house. Later Mars will get debilitated but still put an exalted aspect here. So that means next 2-3 months are very great for you in terms of you making big investments in your home, for your house, for your more comfort in your house. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And 15th of March, we are doing astrology for beginners course. Those who have joined, welcome. Those who are joining, all the best. Scorpio Rohiji. Your Mars is turning direct in the 8th house. And 8th house, it is the placement. As soon as it happened, it's called Vipreet Raj Yoga. But when in retrograde motion, a planet is not able to function 100% positively. Now, because it is into direct motion, transformation, hidden matter surfacing, strong intuition, possibly, health issues which are there can also get resolved now. Health issues can come also, like suddenly some accident, some problem like pain in the leg, some sudden stomach problem, stomach pain, some surgery can also come suddenly. But on the other hand, this is also possibility that health issues, what is Vipreet Raj Yoga? When some problem is there, to solve that problem. But because ascendant laws in the 8th house in direct motion, there can be some hidden problems also that surface, which has to be taken care of. Very good news for shared resources. Those who are waiting for some shared resources to just fructify and you get the results, this is the time that you will get the result. Mars is looking at the, what you say, the fourth aspect on the 11th house. If you're going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, then aggressive social networking, like you will be very much in, desire for dominance in friend circles, that I want to be the one. Very aggressively you will be doing social events during this time, or going into social events, trying to be very extrovert, is what is can be seen. Mars looking at the second house, very blunt speech. Sometimes this speech which can hurt other people, that kind of speaking. Sudden income shifts in a very great sense. When Lagna Lord in the 8th house looks at the second house, that means suddenly it fills your bank account with money. So that kind of money can come. Suddenly income shift can happen. And this income shift can be coming through partnership, because 8th house is the house of shared resources. Mars aspecting the third aspect of Mars, that is the 8th aspect on the third house. This is going to be too much boldness into communication. Your courage will be at seventh sky. You will be able to take risk without even taking any decision that I will take risk. Just say, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. That kind of power you will have. And there can also be, because this is the exalted aspect and this is the house related to travel, and 8th house is sudden ups and downs. There can be sudden ups and downs in travel that can be seen. Like your travel is booked and suddenly there is something so more important than travel that you have to book. You have to leave all this and move forward with your daily other routine. So somehow travel can be a place where you can feel challenged here. Otherwise, it's a very, very great, wonderful time for Scorpio. Your ascendant lord in the eighth house is a very powerful placement of, Mars here. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, subscribe. Astrology for Beginners is starting on 15th of March 2025, so all the details are in description. You can talk there. Sagittarius. Mars is turning direct into Gemini, and here Mars is the lord of the 12th house and the 5th house. Everything related to education, everything related to romance, everything related to foreign settlement, everything depends on Mars and the placement of Mars. There is also one more thing here, because seventh house is the house of partnerships. This means that more than what you say passionate, there is going to be more aggressive partnership, that okay, you want to be partners now. That's kind of energy that is cooking. And if you're going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, you will see feel a very big urge here. I want to get into partnership, because you will be giving too much time outside on your business and on working, on making sure that your whole family is secure. This is the place that potential marital disputes happen, because automatically you are that Mars energy is trying to protect his family, but somehow you're not able to give time to the family, and that can create some kind of potential marriage disputes. 10th, 7th house is 10th from the 10th, and it is all about taking very, very aggressive decisions here. You may take some aggressive decisions because of the aspects of Mars also. Now look, Mars is looking in the 10th house with the fourth aspect, Rohit. Here there can be possibility of some kind of workplace struggles, authority struggles. There can be very fights that can happen in the workplace for you. For this, absolutely, patience is required, and very much, what to say, calmness is required for Sagittarius and people if you're going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha. You are powerful. Remember this. Yeah, everyone Mars will go direct, right? Not only you are powerful, but the person in front of you also is more powerful. So don't, overconfidence, personal ambition clashes with others' expectations. So you have to make sure that you do not everything run personally. It has to be a collective effort. That okay, if I am wanting something, these are five people who are also wanting such kind of things. So let's move collectively in collaboration so that I can make the best results of it. Mars also looking at the second house with the exalted aspect. That means income increases through partnership. There can be possibility of you speaking somewhere very nicely, and that also causes, or some contract or some commitment that you give, that will give you great benefit related to money. Monetary benefit is seen here. But also on the other hand side, if you see, this is not a very great time for investment, because Mars is not an extremely 12th house lord in the 7th house, so not a very good time for investment, but a very good time for income. Like income will come, so let's keep it here, keep it in the bank right now, don't invest anywhere. That's what is required for all the Sagittarius. But otherwise, the energy is very great to conquer, achieve things which are beyond imagination. That how powerful this is. All the best. 15th of March, we are doing astrology for beginners. All the details are in the link below, so you can go there and look for it. Capricorn ascendant, when we talk here, Mars is turning direct in the 6th house for you from 24th of February. 6th house is a very great placement for Mars. Strong ability to conquer obstacles, high competition environment also, you does not matter. You will be able to achieve everything. Health concerns is one thing, because sometimes because of Mars here, suddenly some kind of things like sudden blood losses, sudden kind of blood donation, sudden kind of blood test, something can create some problem for you or your family members, depending on how it is. Especially Mars aspecting the 4th house, the 12th house, and the ascendant. Somehow ascendant means you, it is the 8th aspect on your ascendant, which is exalted. Here yourself also, you can be recipient of getting some blood work done, or getting into hospitals, going into suddenly go try to find some medicine. Such kind of things happen when Mars is in the 6th house. But otherwise, in terms of competitions, you are in the best placement with Mars. There is also possibility, Rohichi, that because fourth aspect of Mars is going on the ninth house, sudden travels also can happen. That suddenly you're traveling somewhere, suddenly you decide let's go here, or sudden opportunities comes in the workplace that you have to travel. So such kind of things can happen. Expenses will be there on legal matters because sixth house, 12th house, both the places Mars is aspecting, and Mars here is the lord of the 11th house, and Mars here is the lord of the fourth house. So something related to do with you know house or car or something like that, some kind of legal expenses. That means such some so small legal expenses can be just going to renewing your in the road transport office to just renew your license or something, or big problems can be like some court cases also. So depending on what is the intensity in your chart. If you're not going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, then we are chill out. No problem. Work life balance is very important. This is the time that you'll be extremely involved into work day and night, and which can also cause stress to you and impact your sleep pattern. But there is going to be transformation in your self identity. Your confidence level will be at the peak, and your strength will be activated. You will can achieve any heights, any positive good things during this time. So it's a beautiful also transit for you. For Capricorn, Mars is not bad. It's a very good planet. So all the best. And 15th of March, astrology for beginners. All the details are in the link below, and see you there. Aquarius ascendant. Here, energetic approach. Mars in the fifth house, very energetic approach towards your kids, towards creativity, toward romance. Sometimes this energetic approach toward romance can also cause lot of romantic conflicts, because see, your approach would be here right now in the area of romance that you may be dominating, but same person's Mars has become direct in the career area. They must be in career progress, and you are demanding romance, they are demanding career progress. So in these cases, some kind of romantic conflicts can happen. Whenever the fifth house and the eighth house will have any combination, any relationship, and this time Mars is aspecting there can be lottery, some kind of lottery, buying lottery. If it is legal in your country, go for it. There can be some good things, but sometimes emotional ups and downs also happen here. Something related to children, emotionally you are not that great, so children can be a little bit tough to you during this time. There can be good transformation, good learning, good education that you can get. Mars aspecting the 11th house, your desires, your dreams, you come true. There will be a lot of competitive spirit in the social circles that you will see, which will give you great networking power. You will be able to really convert things this time, which is so positive for Aquarius ascendant people. And because it is putting an aspect on the 12th house, some unpredictable expenses related to travel can happen. Like suddenly there may be a demand that you come to a foreign country, go to a foreign country, meet a client here or there. That is possible. On top of that, Rohiji, there is also possibility that suddenly you will see that you know your your approach or your power towards spiritual life, towards subconscious mind, towards spiritual shift. It's called deep spiritual shifts will happen here. Some things you will realize, some very great spiritual knowledge you are supposed to get during this time. And those who are going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha Pratyanta, it's a very beautiful period in terms of that aggressive approach that is required by you. But don't try to be extra dominating in the area related to romance. That is where you will have a little bit of challenges. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. And 15th of March, Astrology for Beginners, the 8-week course will start. So see you there. Pisces. Here, if you look at Mars, the energy of Mars and the second house lord, as well as the ninth house lord, that means Bhagya Karta and Dhana Karta, sitting in the fourth house of Sukha Sthana. But this is not Sukh Sthan for Mars. First of all, this is an enemy sign. Secondly, home tension, problems in the home, disputes, some kind of tensions related to social security of the house. That how do we secure our house and housing expenses is what is going to be the primary area of focus. Those who are thinking of spending some money on real estate, yes, this is possible, and especially in partnership area, you're trying to buy something, it will be fruitful for you. Those who are also thinking about any kind of vehicle purchase, it's also very fruitful for you. Only one thing is that because Mars is in the fourth house, and fourth house is the house of your emotion and the place that you stay, in these places emotionally you should be very what you say, very very secured. Like how you have to secure yourself also and people around you also emotionally, because Mars is looking at the fourth aspect on the seventh house, intensity in partnerships. Rohitji, there is going to be a lot of to and fro, lot of talking, dominance, this that in the area related to partnership, because your presence will be completely going towards partnership and partnership area, and not because of that, because seventh aspect of Saturn also goes on the 10th house, so career drive will increase. There will be possibility that your leadership skills are also going to get more sharpened, and this can also cause, because of this dominance of on 7th and the 10th house that is related to career, both the houses, there can be some conflicts also, and these conflicts can be sometimes internal also. You will have conflict with the other person, that if I am so powerfully able to perform, why this person is not acknowledging, or why this person is not performing. This is what you can feel here. And the best part is the aspect on the 11th house here. Second house lord looking at the 11th house, that means sudden gains in through social circles. Suddenly you may, you're sitting down meeting some people, and suddenly there is some discussion about some contractual work, and you say, my company is looking, and that's how you will get some gains. But because it is a Mars is a planet of impulsiveness, and it is in direct motion, that means it's very powerful. You're in impulsive nature, you should be bringing little bit of halt. Try to be a little bit more calm down, more submissive, rather than, oh, yeah, I will do it now. Patience, think about it and then do it. If you're going through Mars, Antardasha, Pratantar, Sukshma, anything Mahadasha, then you have to be more cautious here. This is how Rohiji looks like, how all the 12 ascendants during this time will give us results. And 15th of March, we're doing astrology for beginners, so do join and we'll see you that side as well. Thank you, Rohiji. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for all the help that you do. And here we go.
Thank you very much. And lots of people waiting for this Mars video, because Mars sometimes deviated, sometimes retrograde deviated, so many things. Still wait, still wait, because Mars has so many colors till July. We will tell you, everything about that in coming videos. But for today, thank you very much. And for classes and for the appointment, same number on the screen and link in description. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
Akashji. Thank you very much. We'll meet in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.
you, Ram. Jai Hanuman. Jai Mata Di. Jai Malakshmi.